Welcome to our last live session for Digital Learning Day. We hope you have enjoyed all these speakers and presentations today. Opening this season, we have Ethan Fields, 6th grader at Pennington Middle School, playing the banjo.
I'm Ethan Fields, and I'll just be playing a medley of 5 different banjo songs.
Thank you. All right, they all said, great job, Ethan. And JMS thinks you're amazing. All right, so if you'll give us a second, our last 2 presenters are going to set up and we're going to introduce them. So if we need chairs, bring them on. Okay. And move them a little bit closer to the camera.
Like right there. Like that.
Yeah.
Right there, good.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
And you all can go ahead and be setting up and I'll let them introduce you. Will that work? Because we're still...
Is that pronounced Wampler or Wampler or what?
Our next guest are Amy Stephenson, who is a retired teacher from the Bristol, Virginia public school system. She has been singing songs all of her life. She performed at the 2016 Rhythm and Roots Reunion Festival in Bristol. Today is Amy playing the banjo.
We also have Michael Gilley, who's the director of Wampler Library and teaches traditional heritage music classes at Mountain Empire Community College. He studied Appalachian music at Clinch Valley College and has a master's degree in folklore and ethnomusicology. Michael has been storytelling and playing traditional folk music for 40 years. Today he is playing the banjo and auto harp. Michael Gilley and Amy Stephenson.
All right. Whenever you're ready to start talking, we're
Get our instruments out here where we can grab them
all right.
and play them. And I think Ethan has left. I haven't seen him since he
He
played.
probably went back there to eat.
Yeah. But understand that there he is. Hey, Ethan, come on up here with us for a minute.
Cookie, pass the cookie to Dad.
Yeah, everybody can see you again. I know that Ethan, you participate in the jam programs at Big Stone. Yeah, how do you like those?
I like them a lot.
So you've been playing banjo with those?
Mhm.
And then I also understand you come to the college where I work, Mountain Empire Community College, and take Mountain Music School.
Mhm.
Do you enjoy that?
A lot.
You gonna come back this summer?
Definitely.
Okay, so if any of y'all want to learn to play an instrument, you see, how long you been playing?
2 years.
2 years. So Ethan's been playing the banjo for 2 years. I think he does a great job just playing 2 years. And we have Mountain Music School the end of July. So if you're interested in that, I'll try to bring some brochures down to the Pennington Library if they'll let me do that. And y'all can pick some up here and just come and join us at Mountain Music School and learn to play banjo, guitar, fiddle, whatever.
Mhm.
But anyway, thanks, Ethan, for playing for us today.
Welcome.
Okay, we're going to do some storytelling and some children's songs. And this is kind of participation stories and the children's songs. So we want you to get involved with us. And when we'll do some singing in the tale I'm going to tell you. And when we do the singing, I'll need your help with that. So
you want my students here to help you sing?
Come on over and pull up a chair and bring a chair over, and we'll work together on all
Or you
this.
can sit. Well, I can
on
see
the
you. I can
floor,
see you on the floor. Some of you get on
wherever
each
you wanna
side.
do.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of you on this side. That's great.
You might scoot in a little bit more.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you one folk tale today. And this folk tale is actually an African tale. It was originally told in Africa. And you know that some African Americans were brought over here to our country as slaves, and some were freed too. And in this, when the settlers came over, I know the person who was doing the forensics told you a little bit about folk tales and how folk tales change when they move from culture to culture. They travel. They don't just stay in one place, they travel. And so when the folk tale came over to America and the slaves brought their tales with them, they didn't have a lot of space to bring stuff with them. They were on these small ships that they were brought over across on the ocean on. And so they couldn't carry a lot of stuff with them. But what they could carry is in their memory, they could carry their stories that they had learned in the old country, and even the music. And the banjo that Ethan played is actually descended from a music instrument from Africa. Okay, so anyway, so this tale I learned when I was 20 some years old, and I had never heard it before, and I heard someone tell it, and I really identified with it because it talks about a boy who wanted to learn to play the banjo more than anything else in the whole world. And that's the way I was. I heard somebody play the banjo, clawhammer style, and I thought, oh boy, I've got to learn how to do that. And so eventually I did. But anyway, so this story, I sort of change it around to fit where we are. So, okay, here we go. Once upon a time, many, many years ago, in Lee County, in a little town called Pennington Gap, there was this family that lived there. Now, this wasn't an ordinary family. They were very different. For example, the grandparents lived with the parents and the kids. So there was Mama and Papa, and then there was Susie and Johnny. Those were the two kids. They were brother and sister. And then there was Grandma and Grandpa lived there. Okay. Well, Johnny only had one thing on his mind, night and day. He wanted to learn to play the banjo, but he didn't have a banjo. So now, if you kids want something for Christmas really, really bad, how do you get that? From Santa, right? And how do you let Santa know that you want that?
Write a letter.
Write a letter. Well, okay, that's what he did. But he couldn't just let that alone. He wrote the letter to Santa for this banjo for Christmas, and he couldn't leave it alone. He walked around the house all day saying, "Oh, I really want to learn to play the banjo. I really want to learn to play the banjo." And that's all they ever heard from him. Well, it started to get on his parents' nerves. So his parents wrote Santa a letter too and said, "Please bring him a banjo so he'll shut up." Well, guess what happened? He got a banjo for Christmas. And it was sort of like this. And he was so excited and so happy. And he got his banjo out, and all he did all day long, all night long practically, was play the banjo. That's all everybody heard all day and all night. Now that got on his parents' nerves worse than him saying he wanted a banjo. Okay? But see, he'd never had any lessons. He just got his banjo. He'd never been taught anything about it. So that's the way it sounded. But he kept playing. Well, his parents were just really getting tired of it. But let me tell you, that wasn't the only thing that was different about that family. Grandpa was special. He was a musician and a magician. So he worked with Johnny a little on the banjo. But he really got on the family's nerves too, because he had a magic wand. It was just a long, skinny-like stick. And he would take that magic wand and he would point it at something. Whatever he pointed it at would just disappear. Okay? Well, that could be handy, I guess, except he couldn't make the family's bills disappear. Or, if they had a cold, he couldn't make the cold disappear. But he liked to play practical jokes. So one time when Grandma was sitting at the breakfast table, they had oatmeal that morning for breakfast. Y'all like oatmeal? Yeah, pretty good. I like it pretty good. Anyway, they were having oatmeal for breakfast, and Grandma had put sugar in her oatmeal and raisins, and she'd stirred it up. She was getting ready to reach in and take a bite of it, and he went zap with his magic wand, and guess what happened? Just as she was getting ready to take a bite, the spoon disappeared, and her hand went in that sticky, gooey oatmeal. Thanks. I needed something to wipe that off. Anyway, so how do you think Grandma felt about that? No, she didn't like it. She was pretty angry about it. So then another day, Ma was in the kitchen, and she had these flowers that are in these pots that hang down from the ceiling. And so she went over to water the plant, and just as she was getting ready to pour that water in the plant, Grandpa snuck in the room with his magic wand, and he went zap. Guess what happened?
The plants disappeared.
No, the plant disappeared. The glass disappeared, and the water went all over Ma on her brand new dress. Do you think she was really happy about that? No. Oh, she was mad. Okay, but Grandpa really got in trouble, because that evening when Pa came home from work, he was a farmer. He worked out in the fields all day. He got hot and sweaty, tired and everything. When he come home in the evening, he liked to sit down before supper, sit in his favorite chair and read the paper. So he came in, he got ready, and he's getting ready to sit in the chair to read the paper. And Grandpa came in the room, pulled out his magic wand, and went zap. Guess what happened?
His chair disappeared.
His chair disappeared and Paul fell right on the floor. Ah! So what do you think Paul did? Think he laughed?
Big Mo.
He beat him up. Well, no, he didn't beat him up. But I'll tell you what he did. He called a family meeting, and all the family met and gathered, and they discussed all this, and they said, hey, we can't put up with this anymore. They're going to have to leave. They're just going to have to move out of the house. We can't have them bothering us like this. So they made the move. Well, they didn't have any place to live except on Powell Mountain. Y'all know about Powell Mountain? Runs through Wise County, Lee County. Well, so there was a cave on Powell Mountain, and they went and lived in that cave.
Grandma and Grandpa? Or
No, Grandpa
Grandpa
stayed
and
at
the
home.
kids?
Grandpa and Johnny went and lived in the cave.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because they didn't want them, keeping them up late at night playing the banjo, causing all that racket and making things disappear and just playing jokes on them all the time. So they kicked them out of the house. So they went up and lived in this cave. Well, one morning when they got up, because Johnny still had to go to school, when they got up, it was dark outside. It was 7 o'clock in the morning, and usually 7 o'clock, except in the, real center part of the winter, like December, January. By 7 o'clock, it's light outside. Well, it wasn't this day. And they went out, and Johnny ran back into the cave and said, Grandpa, come out here, look at this. It's dark outside, but look what is blocking out the sun. It was a big old giant.
Oh.
A giant, and his name was Abi Yo-Yo. Now, Abi Yo-Yo was so big that his head was above the clouds. Can you imagine being that tall? Wow. Have y'all ever seen a giant before? You ever seen somebody that's really tall?
Yeah.
Much taller than you? Yeah. Big. Well, Abi Yo-Yo was like that. He was huge. Huge. And not only was he huge, he was nasty. He never took a bath, never washed his hair. The birds built nests in his hair. Okay? He never brushed his teeth. He had this green old slimy moss growing down from his teeth. And he never washed his feet. Yeah. Yeah, talk about a skunk. Whoa! Anyway, he had sock fuzz in his feet. Y'all ever get sock fuzz between your toes? Yeah. Well, he had enough sock fuzz in there to knit everybody in Lee County a sweater. Never cleaned his feet. Well, here comes Abi Yo-Yo. Boom, 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 walking toward Pennington. And everybody was waking up, getting ready to eat breakfast, go to school. And they looked out and saw that it was dark out, and they saw Abi Yo-Yo, and everybody went and hid in their houses. They were so afraid of Abi Yo-Yo. And as Abi Yo-Yo started walking through the town, as he was coming in, he walked by this farm. And on this farm, he saw these little white cotton balls moving around. You know what those were?
People.
No, not people. What's white? He goes, ah.
Sheep.
Sheep, yes. He saw these little sheep moving around, and he walked over, and, he hadn't had breakfast. So he was kind of hungry. So he reached down and grabbed up those sheep, popped them in his mouth and chewed them up just like they were peanuts. And then as he was walking toward Pennington, he saw this long yellow thing moving.
A train.
School bus, that's right. It was a school bus. So he reached down and grabbed that school bus, and he peeled the back of it off like it was a pack of M&Ms, and he held it up And he shook those kids out of that school bus into his mouth. It was pretty good. Chewed them up. Okay. So Johnny said, Grandpa, look what he's doing. He's terrorizing our town. We have to do something about this. And Grandpa was under the bed hiding. And Johnny pulled him out and said, come on, let's go do something about this. And Grandpa said, well, what can we do? He's a giant.
You got your magic wand.
That's right. Grandpa
Finally,
has a
I'm right
magic
with something.
wand. Yeah. Have you heard this story before?
No, I just
Really?
remember
Well, you're
from the
good. I believe he's
beginning.
going to make a good storyteller. Well, he said, Grandpa, get your magic wand. Let's go out and make him disappear. And Grandpa says, hey, my magic wand works on glasses and spoons and chairs. I've never tried to make a giant disappear before. He's awful big. How am I going to do that? Well, Johnny thought for a little while. Now, he'd been practicing his banjo while they were living up in this cave. And so Johnny said, well, how about if I sing a song and maybe he'll dance? And he'll dance so much that he gets tired. And then when he gets still, you can zap him away one piece at a time. Could we try that? And Grandpa said, well, I guess as long as we don't get too close, because, you know, he could just pick us up, pop us in his mouth and eat us in one bite.
Like those kids.
Like those kids, exactly. That's right. So they said, okay, we'll give it a shot. So they came down off the mountain. And they went down to Main Street in Pennington Gap. And sort of close to where we are actually now, except there wasn't a library there way back then. But anyway, they went down there. And so as Johnny was walking down the mountain, he was trying to figure out, how am I going to get Abba Yo-Yo's attention? So he decided he'd make a song about Abba Yo-Yo, and it goes like this. Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, 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 Abba Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo. Well, he started playing that song, standing there in front of Abba Yo-Yo, and guess what happened? Nope. He didn't. No, he didn't try stepping on him. Remember, Abba Yo-Yo's head's above the clouds. You think he could hear that little Johnny singing and playing that banjo?
No.
Especially when he's got fuzzballs in his ears. He never cleans his ears out. So, I'm going to need some help. Can y'all help Johnny sing this song? I'm going to sing it loud, proud. So let's try it. Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, 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 Abba Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo. All right. Abba Yo-Yo started moving his feet, started shuffling around and dancing there on the street, and he was just having a good old time. But you know, if we play it this slow, it's going to take another week for him to get tired. And I don't know about you guys, but I got to go home later and eat supper. And I don't want to stay here all week, so let's try to speed it up a little bit. You want to try that? Okay, let's go. Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo, Abba Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo. Well, he kept playing that faster and faster, and Abba Yo-Yo kept dancing faster and faster. Oh, he was getting awful tired, so he just decided he's just going to stretch out there on Main Street and take a nap. And he did. When he did, Grandpa coming running out with his magic wand. He ran down to Abba Yo-Yo's feet and he went zap. and his right foot disappeared. And he ran over and he went zap, and his left foot disappeared. And then he zap again, and his left leg disappeared, and zap again, and his right leg disappeared, and then his hand, and then his other hand, and then his arm, and then his other arm. And then it went zap. His body didn't disappear.
It's too big.
It's too big. That's right. So guys, let's give this a real big zap. Y'all ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Zap! And poof, the body disappeared. And all that was left
What's his
was
head?
Abby Yo-Yo's ugly mug, his head. Okay, so let's do one more big zap and let's get rid of him. 1, 2, 3. Zap! Poof. Abby Yo-Yo was gone. Well, with all this racket going on, all the town people came out of their houses and they looked outside their windows and they saw what happened and they said, look what Grandpa and Johnny's doing. They're saving our town. They're getting rid of Abby Yo-Yo. So everybody was so excited and happy. They had a big parade down Main Street. And they rode Johnny and Grandpa down Main Street on a wagon. And everybody cheered them. And guess what else happened?
Got to stay in the house again.
Yes, their family were so proud of them. Johnny had learned to play the banjo and make beautiful music on it, and Grandpa had used his magic for something really good, so they invited them to come back home, and that's where they went. And they lived happily ever after. And that's the story of Abby Yo-Yo, the big mean giant. Okay, thank you all for helping me with that story. That was great. Appreciate it. Now, Amy's going to sing some songs for us. And we're going to play 2 different instruments. I'm sure you're all pretty familiar with the banjo.
Yeah.
We see it around a lot.
I never saw one of those though.
Does anybody know what this instrument is?
Mm-mm.
You do. What is it? Auto harp. And there's somebody famous from our area, well, 2 people actually from our area who played the auto harp. And they were in a family that was known as the first family of country music.
Mm.
Does anybody know who that was?
Dad, you probably know it.
June Carter Cash.
Yeah, June Carter Cash was the daughter of Mother Maybelle. And Sarah Carter was her aunt. And Sarah Carter, with the Carter family, started playing the auto harp with the family, and they recorded over in Bristol, which is where Amy's from, and back in the 1920s. And then the family group split up, and Mother Maybelle and her 4 girls, one of which was June Carter Cash, started going around performing. And Mother Maybelle, who originally played guitar, started playing the auto harp. And she actually made it more popular, more famous, and well known than Sarah did. So this is the auto harp. Now, Amy's playing a little different instrument. Does anybody know what instrument that is?
Mini banjo.
A mini banjo, yeah.
Banjo.
Somebody washed it and put it in the dryer too long and it shrunk. A ukulele.
It's a banjo ukulele. And it's tuned like a ukulele. And it was actually used back in the early 1900s. There was one used on the 1927 sessions, which was the big bang of country music, the Bristol sessions. So it's actually a fairly old instrument. Even this one's not, but the banjo ukulele itself has been around a while. So, but it's it kind of sounds sort of like a banjo. But if you're familiar with ukuleles and you know their tune, like My Dog Has Fleas, then that's the way this one is tuned. So, but it's called a banjo ukulele.
And this one has 32 strings that you have to tune. So it takes me about a half an hour to tune this up before I play it.
That's
So it will
boring.
sound, yes, it is boring.
That's boring.
You got that right. Very boring. But anyway, what this is called an auto harp. It's like a harp. Now when I push it down and play a chord, it's got a nice sweet sound to it. Okay. So what you do is you push these buttons. This is the auto part of it. You push a button down, and what it does is it has, let me hold this up. You can see across the bottom here, see that white underneath the wooden bars? Those are pieces of felt, and they're cut to where when I play a D chord, it presses down, the felt presses down on all the strings that are not in a D chord. So then the only ones that will ring out that you can hear are the notes that are in a D chord. And that's a D chord. So that's how an auto harp works. So what are we going to do?
Well, we're going to start with one you probably know, Old MacDonald. Okay, so we want everybody to join in.
Sing along with us.
It's A.
Oh, you want to play it in A?
Sorry, not A, D.
A, okay. Start saying, you changed on me.
That'll be another 30 minutes, right? Or
That good speed.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a dog, E-I-E-I-O. With a bow wow here and a bow wow there, here a bow, there a bow, everywhere a bow wow, moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a cat, E-I-E-I-O. With a meow meow here and a meow meow there, here a meow, there a meow, everywhere meow meow, bow wow here and a bow wow there, here a bow, there a bow, everywhere bow wow, moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a duck, E-I-E-I-O. With a quack quack here and a quack quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere quack quack, meow meow here and a meow meow there, here a meow, there a meow, everywhere meow meow, bow wow here and a bow wow there, here a bow, there a bow, everywhere bow wow, moo moo here and a moo moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a turkey, E-I-E-I-O. With a gobble gobble here and a gobble gobble there, here a gobble, there a gobble, everywhere gobble gobble, quack here and a quack quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere quack quack, meow meow here and a meow meow there, here a meow, there a meow, everywhere meow meow, bow wow here and a bow wow there, here a bow, there a wow, where a bow wow, meow meow, moo moo here, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. I can't go too far. sorry. I forget.
Yeah, I started saying we need cue cards on that. Our boys are slacking there. Girls were,
The girls were singing.
they
yeah.
were
Come on,
singing.
guys.
Yes.
I'll help you.
I need help with the memory part. Okay. I'm gonna try a little. Do you know Little Rabbit Foo Foo?
No.
You don't know Little Rabbit Foo Foo? Oh man, this is a fun one. You do?
Oh.
Good, good.
Okay.
All right. You do Little Rabbit Foo Foo.
I'll let you sing.
Okay, well, okay. I have to just
You know
sing
it.
this one. I can't play and sing it
Yeah,
because it's got
she's got to
hand
do
motions.
hand signs.
Oh, is that the,
All right.
like the,
All right, so we ready? All right, Little Rabbit Foo Foo. All right. Little rabbit foo foo, hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice, bashing them on the head. And the little fairy came down and said, Little rabbit foo foo, I don't want to see you picking up the field mice, bashing them on the head. I'll give you 3 more chances.
Pleasant
And
song.
if you do, I'll turn you into a goon. But the very next day, little rabbit foo foo, hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice, bashing them on the head. And the little fairy came down and said, Little rabbit foo foo, I don't want to see you picking up the field mice, bashing them on the head. I'll give you 2 more chances. And if you do, I'll turn you into a goon. But the very next day, guess what? Little rabbit foo foo, hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice, bashing them on the head. Guess what? And the little fairy came down and said, Little rabbit foo foo, I don't want to see you picking up the field mice, bashing them on the head. I'll give you 1 more chance. And if you do, I'll turn you into a goon. But the very next day, come on, sing along. Little rabbit foo foo, hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice, bashing them on the head. And the little fairy came down and said, You're out of chances. Poof! You're a goon. Tut tut. Too bad. Hair today, goon tomorrow.
all right, somebody said, tell Mr. Gilley that Rosemary Walker says hello.
Tell Rosemary
Dryden.
Walker I say hello.
She can hear you and see
Rosemary
you.
Walker.
And they said, boys, sing, JMS. Said, sing, boys. Yay.
I hope everybody out there is singing. We can't hear you, but I hope you're singing along with us.
Certain songs.
I'm not very good though.
That's okay.
Do we
We
have,
have
more,
another?
more violence to present? Giants and goons, rabbits bashing the field mice in the head.
I mean,
It's
I can
about-
sing those if once I hear them, I
Yeah,
can sing them
well, good.
afterwards if I want to.
If you want to. Okay. So what do you want to do?
She'll be coming around the mountain.
Sure. Do y'all know that song? You heard that one? Okay. See that what we can get it.
D.
My favorite key.
Yes.
Dog. D dog.
Or like what I like to call it. A.
What key did you play in today? Did you play in D?
G.
Oh, in
G.
G. That's a good key too.
That's our second.
Oh, can we take a question real quick?
Sure.
Before the students leave, Mr. D he's our music teacher and he is at Elydale and they have a question. So let me
Sure.
get him up before they go. Cause we told them they may have to watch the end of this, where they're getting ready for buses, but we would
Right.
still keep recording till the
Sure.
end. So Elydale, you there? Can you unmute the mic? Oh, I think they're Who's in there with you? Do you have a question?
I see somebody.
Yeah, they're putting.
Is that Jackson?
Unmute your mic. Is Miss Brooks still in there to help you? All right, never mind. We'll go out. You can type it in here. I think they're.
So they're gonna type their question in.
And all the kids said thank you for coming. They really really liked it.
Well, good.
Some of them, yeah. So if they type a question in here, I'll ask it.
Okay.
I lost them there.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
All right, she'll be coming around the mountain. I'll start. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes back. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes back. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be doing something when she comes. She'll milk you the old red rooster when she comes. Chop, chop. I'll milk you the old red rooster. I'll milk you the old red rooster. I'll milk you the old red rooster when she comes. Chop, chop. Well, we'll all have chicken and dumplings when she comes. Yum, yum. Well, we'll all have chicken and dumplings when she comes. Yum, yum. Well, we'll all have chicken and dumplings. Oh, we'll all have chicken and dumplings. Well, we'll all have chicken and dumplings when she comes. Yum, yum. Well, we'll all sing hallelujah when she comes. Hallelujah. Well, we'll all sing hallelujah when she comes. Hallelujah. Well, we'll all sing hallelujah. Well, we'll all sing hallelujah. Well, we'll all sing hallelujah when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
Yay! We do have one. Elydale, not Elydale. We've already gave them a chance. Elk Knob wanted to know if they could ask a question real fast before they got on the buses. So let me. All right, Lindsay, and they're all waving at you. You can see them over there. Did they just want to say hi, or do they have a question?
I think they just want to say thanks that they enjoy the music. So
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, so they went off. So, do you have anything in closing before we finish, or to tell? We know about I know a lot of the kids. We do have several in Lee County that go to the mountain music.
School.
Yeah.
Good.
Tell them it's at
My-
Mountain Empire Community College. It's the last week of July. So, and I will get some brochures down here to the library so you all can pick some up there. Or you can go contact the college.
There's a website.
Go to the college website and or just Google. Everybody knows how to do Google, I guess, right? Just Google Mountain Music School and it should pop up.
Okay, and no experience necessary, not even,
No experience necessary.
okay. One more school has a question real quick.
Sure.
All right, Charlesy.
I have a question. Can you guys play Rocky Top?
Yeah, baby, that's what we want.
Yeah, man.
Go Balls.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm an old time musician. I'm not a bluegrass guy, so sorry. We'll try to learn that for you and play it next time, okay?
We'll work on it.
All right, thank you. That was just my daughter-in-law's a Kentucky Wildcat fan, and some other people at JMS, so they were probably wanting to mess with them there.
Well, I'm a Kentucky Wildcat alumni.
Oh, so that's
where I
why
got
you don't
my
know
library
Rocky Top.
degree. That's right.
Okay, well, I think Freddie's going to he's going to close, and he's going to let our helpers introduce, say bye and introduce themselves.
We get our helpers to stand up.
I do want to say one thing before we close. Ely Dale was supposed to do a Lego robotics presentation, and Mr. Grable was helping them with that, and then he got called away, and they didn't get time to get it finished. So that's why they weren't able to do that today. But hopefully, maybe we can just do a session down there and put it up on the website, and then the kids can still watch that at a later date so that their presentation can still be seen. So we'll let Freddie
I'm just going
and
to get these guys to introduce themselves one last time.
Scooter.
We'll start with you.
Who can't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got y'all now.
I'm Cassidy Hammonds, and I'm from Dryden Elementary School.
I'm Bailey Butina, and I'm from St. Charles Elementary School.
I'm Austin Golden, and I'm from Rose Hill Elementary School.
I'm Morgan Polier, and I'm from Jonesville Middle School.
I'm Johnny Satterfield, and I'm from Jonesville Middle School.
I just want to say thank you to these kids. They've come and helped out. They've been a great help today. I want to thank Cindy for putting all this together and lining up all the people that came out today. And I want to thank all the presenters who came and participated. It was a good day. We're hearing good things. So,
And our media specialists for running it on the other end for us.
That's right.
They did a great job.
And everybody who's tuned in and watched and participated today. Just want to say thank you.
Everybody can wave bye.
Bye.
Thank you.